we'll see how this thing does. Looks like this road washed out pretty bad, and it's very soft. So far, this thing's doing great. And the gearing in this thing, being as low as it is, it's doing great. It's really doing good. Well, we have a spot here, but I think it's pretty exposed to the wind. We can check it out. Well, it's a pretty nice view, but it's really windy, kind of exposed to the wind, because we're on a north-south ridge, and the wind's kind of coming this way. Yeah. Be all right in a trailer, but I don't want to sit in the trailer all day if we can avoid it. I think we'll go up over the top and see if we can drop down the other side. It widens out up there a little bit, and there should be more trees to slow the wind down a little bit. See? Let's go check this spot out. What do you think? You're mad because I didn't share my snack with you. Ooh, that looks pretty level. This might be home for the night. Got a little trash to pick up, but that's okay. So if you don't know how to back a trailer up, you're gonna have a tough time boondocking, because there's way less places to get into if you can't back up. And you never know, you're gonna run into a downed tree, a closed road, a heavy water crossing, any number of things like that. My suggestion is go to a parking lot during off hours, a big open parking lot with no sign poles or light poles or anything. If you can find one, set some cones out and teach yourself how to back up. It's just something that you kind of need to know how to do if you're running a trailer. Let me put my foot in my mouth and wreck my trailer. So that's not too bad. It's pretty level. What I'm gonna do is scoot the whole thing over this way. My trailer's gonna be blocking the majority of the wind, so I want a nice front porch area that I can hang out and not be out in the weeds. All right, let's see what happens. Just like looking through a camera, sometimes it's hard to get the overall picture. So when I get in the truck, I'll be looking in the rear view mirror, and I might forget kind of where I wanted to be as I was looking at it back here. So you can give yourself a little marker to kind of shoot for. All right, I like that. May not look it on camera, but we're pretty level side to side. I'm a little high in the front, and that's okay, but got a pretty nice front porch area or front yard. The only thing I don't like is this great big tree right here, but there's not much you can do about it when you're out in the forest. There's trees out here. Key tip though, before you pull your truck out from underneath your trailer, always have your chalk blocks down. All right, we got the trailer all disconnected, made sure everything was okay, secured everything up, and now we're gonna go for a drive up the hill and see if we have any neighbors. Double check to make sure my fridge was running. Everything looks great. Truck's doing good so far. Pretty nice view here. And I could get the trailer up here, but I like that campsite down there better. This is on an exposed ridge line and it's really windy. It's almost always windy up here. And the campsites are smaller. And lots of people like to day trip up here, so you've almost always got people coming through. You're so goofy, buddy. I know you're not cold. You got your coat on and I had the heater on. Are you just being a chihuahua? All right. Honestly, he's not cold. He does that all the time. Anytime we get in and out of the vehicle, trying to take me out, bud. So this is pretty cool. Up on the top of this hill, you can see deep into the Idaho Panhandle. Pan over here, and you can see into the Palouse region of eastern Washington. Because we're on the first line of little mountains here in Idaho, coming up off of these wheat field plains, you do get a lot of wind out here. That's the only drawback. But it's pretty nice. It's got its own uniqueness to it. Well, nobody up here. I'm going to head back to camp and get some dinner going. I'll see you there. That ought to do. I don't want the table right up against the camper. I don't want the smoke going into it and all that good stuff, but I want it close enough to where if it starts raining really heavily, I can roll my awning out and still be covered. All right, just got some real thin cut steaks. They're still a little frozen. Put a little seasoning on there, that'll defrost it. It's got a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning. Pretty good stuff. I should have pulled these out of the fridge quite a while ago, but that's okay. We're all right. We're good. Got plenty of time, except I'm hungry. All right, so we've got our steak. And with that, we're going to have some broccoli. I wanted fresh, but we didn't have any. All I've got is this really old frozen stuff, but hey, it's what we got. Get that going. And then with that, we'll have some of this store brand 3-bean salad. I have zero expectations for this. Not a bad view. Looks like it's really coming down over there. Barbecue's hot. I can smell it. Just waiting on our veggies to get done. Well, it looks okay. I was expecting some really gross looking beans. Taste. You know, that's I won't eat a lot of it, but it's that's not bad. That'll go okay with the steak. I mean, I'd prefer grilled vegetables, but didn't have any, and I wasn't stopping at the store. This is a completely thrown together trip. And sometimes those are the best. Yep, that's going to cook real fast. Alright, I'm pretty sure that it's definitely cooked, probably overcooked. But... Alright, let's head in and get the rest of our fixing. Alright, so our 3-bean salad here. Ooh, that's potent. Not a huge fan of vinegar. Some broccoli, I do like. Not terrible for camping. This doesn't look too bad. let's take a minute, give thanks. We'll dive in. Ooh, it smells delicious. A little salt and pepper. It is well done, but boy, that is a very tasty steak. A little broccoli. That's not bad. A nice view of the sunset going on out there. It's all right. Well, that was a fine meal. And I've got just enough left here so that Jasper doesn't feel left out. Like, I don't want pets, I want steak. You want some food? Huh? Are you hungry? Okay, can you sit down? Hey, can you sit down? I'll make your dinner? Okay. I'll get you some dinner. Well, that was a pretty good meal. I think while the sun's dipping down to the horizon, we're going to take a little bit of a walk, a little after supper walk, and enjoy the evening. The temperature is dropping really quick. You hear something? Go get him. Get him. You're so serious. You must smell something. Yeah, you're very serious, huh? Well, it's been a pretty good day. I'm getting a little tired. I think I'm gonna hit the rack a little early tonight. Truck did great. Trailer's doing good. I think somebody is ready for bed. Are you ready for bed? Yeah, I think I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. Slept in a little bit. It's pretty chilly last night. I was really glad to have the furnace. Woke up to a little bit of snow. The forecast had actually called for that there wouldn't be much accumulation, but we'd probably get snow. Anyways, I'm gonna get some coffee on. Oh, it smells good. All right. You don't need coffee. I don't think that'll actually do much, but every little bit helps. I should have brought my generator. I didn't expect to be using the furnace like this, but little doggo got pretty cold last night pretty fast. That's why I usually don't bring him with me until it's nice and warm out, but we'll be fine. Might just have to go back a day early. Alright, I'm gonna cheat a little bit here because I'm still running the camper dry or winterized. I don't really want to mess with too many dishes, so I decided for breakfast I'm gonna go with one of these freeze-dried meals. So I buy these every time they're on sale. I don't eat them very often, but I like to have them on hand because they're lightweight and I can put them in my truck or at home or in the camper, in the boat, whatever. Just nice having some emergency food around that's shelf stable. I haven't had this one yet, but it looks okay. Like we've got some egg, sausage, bell pepper. That's actually not very bad. It's pretty good, to be honest. The meat's still a little chewy, which I've kind of found is with most of these. The only thing that I wish I had was some hot sauce. Well, it's turned out to be a bit of a lazy day. Kind of snow, sleet mix out. Temperatures hovering just above freezing. It's very wet snow. Casper gave up. He went back to bed. And for me, I thought I'd take the time to catch up on some review stuff for the main channel. So I'm just taking some notes and I'm going to get ready to do that. And more than likely after I film that, I'll probably pack up and head home. Just because with the dog here, he really doesn't do well in cold weather. I didn't expect it to be this cold up here. So I've been running the furnace to keep him warm. So with no way to charge the batteries, they're going pretty quick. And yeah, the truck's done good, trailer's done good, everything's working out. So this little test run has been a success. Anyways, that's about all I've got. I think I'm going to end the video here. I appreciate you watching. Let me know if you like this kind of stuff. Yeah, I've never really done the vloggy kind of thing. But if you're interested in seeing more of this stuff or going into detail on the rig and that sort of thing, let me know. I don't mind talking about nuts and bolts and modifications and stuff like that. In fact, I enjoy it. I just don't know how many people will be interested in the RV thing. I am looking for a camping setup for my truck. So that is still in the works. Oh, the truck. Yes, I did get a truck. But I think that's going to be a separate video. I'm not 100% positive on which direction I'm going to go with that for the truck camper. This, I bought this when I had kids. And, well, I still have kids, but they've moved out. So it's, the wife and I use this for taking vacations and stuff like that. I've had it for almost 10 years. It's a pretty decent little trailer, but it is a little bit overkill for me to bring out camping by myself to do this kind of stuff. So anyways, I think I'm going to end the video here. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. You say bye, Casper? He's going to bed. He's done. Have you had enough? Have you had enough of the cold weather? You're just going to sit there in your blanket? Bye for now.